Ladies and gentlemen, gather around as we embark on a profound journey into the psyche, into the very depths of what it means to feel, to connect, and ultimately to understand what we often mistake as love. Today, I invite you to explore with me the intricate web of emotions, the unseen forces that bind us, and how sometimes what we perceive as love is but a reflection of deeper, more complex psychological phenomena. Imagine, if you will, the concept of the empath, a soul so attuned to the emotional vibrations of others that they can feel the very essence of another spirit. This empath, by their very nature, is drawn into the lives, the stories, and the emotional experiences of those around them. It is both a gift and a burden, for in feeling so deeply, the lines between self and other can blur, leading to a profound connection that, on the surface, appears to be love. Yet, what if I told you that this connection might be something else entirely? What if the intense emotional bond that an empath experiences is not rooted in love, but rather in what we might call a trauma bond? To understand this, we must delve into the realms of the unconscious, where archetypes reside, where the shadows of our past linger, influencing our present in ways we might not fully comprehend. The trauma bond is a concept that reveals itself when we examine the dynamics of relationships built on shared pain, on mutual wounds that resonate with one another. It is as though two individuals, each carrying their own scars, find solace in the familiarity of each other's suffering. The empath, with their heightened sensitivity, becomes enmeshed in this dynamic, mistaking the intensity of emotion for the purity of love. Carl Jung spoke of the shadow, that hidden part of the psyche that we often seek to deny or suppress. It is in the shadow that our fears, our insecurities, and our unresolved traumas reside. When an empath encounters another who mirrors their shadow back to them, a powerful attraction is formed, not out of love, but out of a recognition of something familiar and unresolved within themselves. This is where the archetype of the wounded healer emerges. The empath, in their role as healer, is drawn to those who reflect their own wounds, believing that through healing others, they might heal themselves. This is an ancient pattern, one that echoes through the halls of our collective unconscious, where the myths and legends of healers and shamans reside. Yet, this dynamic is fraught with peril, for in attempting to heal another, the empaths may become lost in their own shadow, ensnared in the very trauma they seek to alleviate. The bond that forms is powerful, intoxicating even, but it is not love. It is a dance of shadows, a reflection of unhealed wounds that masquerade as connection. To truly understand and transcend this dynamic, the empath must embark on their own journey of individuation, the process by which one becomes whole, integrating the disparate parts of the self into a cohesive whole. This means confronting the shadow, embracing it, and understanding that true healing comes from within, not from the external validation or rescue of another In this journey, dreams become a powerful ally. Our dreams are the language of the unconscious, offering glimpses into the deeper truths that lie hidden beneath the surface of our waking consciousness. Through dream analysis, the empath can begin to unravel the threads of their trauma bond, uncovering the archetypal symbols and motifs that reveal the true nature of their emotional entanglements. Consider, for instance, a recurring dream of a labyrinth, a symbol rich with meaning. The labyrinth represents the journey into the self, the winding path that leads us through the darkness of our own psyche, ultimately to the center where our true self resides. For the empath caught in a trauma bond, the labyrinth is a metaphor for the complexity of their emotional connections, the need to navigate through the shadows to find the light of understanding. In the center of this labyrinth lies the realization that love, in its truest form, is not born of shared wounds, but of mutual growth and respect. It is a bond that is not defined by pain, but by the joy of witnessing and supporting one's partner in their journey of becoming. This is the love that transcends the trauma bond, the love that is rooted not in need, but in the recognition of the other's unique individuality. As we continue this exploration, let us not forget the power of symbols, the language of the unconscious that speaks to us through images, through feelings, through the very essence of our dreams. The empath, in their journey, must learn to interpret these symbols, to understand the messages that their unconscious mind is sending, guiding them towards healing and wholeness. The journey of the empath is one of transformation, of moving from a place of enmeshment and projection to a place of clarity and self-awareness. It is a journey of learning to differentiate between the emotions that are theirs and those that belong to others, of setting boundaries that honor their own needs as well as those of others. In this process, the concept of the anima and animus becomes relevant. These are the archetypal images of the opposite gender residing within us, representing the inner feminine and masculine aspects of our psyche. For the empath, integrating these aspects is crucial in achieving a balanced sense of self, in breaking free from the patterns of projection that perpetuate the trauma bond. The anima and animus are not merely psychological concepts, but living forces within us, guiding our interactions and relationships. When unrecognized or unintegrated, they can lead to projections that distort our perception of others, creating illusions of love that are, in truth, reflections of our own unmet needs and desires. To truly break free from the trauma bond, the empath must engage in a dialogue with these inner figures, understanding their role in shaping the emotional landscape. This is not a process of suppression, but of integration, of bringing these disparate parts into harmony with the self, creating a sense of wholeness that is not reliant on external validation. As we delve deeper into this exploration, let us remember that the path of the empath is not one of isolation, but of connection. It is about finding the balance between empathy and self-awareness, between compassion and self-care. It is about understanding that true love is not a bond forged in pain, but a connection that celebrates the individuality and growth of both partners. In this journey, the empath becomes not only a healer, but a seeker of truth, a guide for others who are also navigating the complexities of their own emotional landscapes. Through their own process of individuation, they become a beacon of light, illuminating the path for others to follow, breaking the chains of trauma and discovering the true essence of love. As we conclude this exploration, let us hold in our hearts the understanding that the journey of the empath is one of profound transformation. It is a journey that requires courage, self-reflection, and a willingness to confront the shadows within. But through this journey, the empath emerges not only healed, but empowered with a deeper understanding of love, connection, and the true nature of the self. As we continue our exploration into the intricate world of the empath and the realization of trauma bonds masquerading as love, let us further engage with the rich tapestry of symbols and insights that the unconscious mind provides. It is through this lens that we can appreciate the profound wisdom that lies beneath the surface of our conscious awareness, guiding us towards genuine understanding and transformation. The journey of the empath is, in many ways, akin to the hero's journey, a timeless narrative that speaks to the universal quest for self-discovery and wholeness. This journey is marked by trials and revelations, by encounters with the shadow, and the eventual emergence into the light of self-awareness. For the empath, this path requires a willingness to delve into the depths of the psyche, to confront the fears and wounds that have shaped their emotional landscape. In this process, the empath must learn to discern between the voice of the self and the echoes of the past. This discernment is essential in breaking free from the trauma bond, which often thrives on unresolved emotions and unmet needs. It is a bond that feeds on the illusion of completion through another, rather than the realization of wholeness within oneself. The empath's sensitivity, while a profound gift, can also be a source of vulnerability. It is through this sensitivity that they perceive the subtle nuances of emotion, the unspoken language of the heart. However, this same sensitivity can lead to a blurring of boundaries, where the empaths may find themselves overwhelmed by the emotions of others, losing sight of their own needs and desires. To navigate this delicate balance, the empath must cultivate a strong sense of self, grounded in the understanding of their own worth and autonomy. One of the key aspects of this journey is the integration of the shadow. The shadow, as I have often described, is the repository of all that we reject or deny within ourselves. It is in the shadow that our deepest fears and insecurities reside, influencing our actions and relationships in ways we may not be fully aware of. For the empath, integrating the shadow involves acknowledging these hidden aspects of the self, embracing them as part of the whole rather than something to be feared or suppressed. Through the process of shadow work, the empath can begin to unravel the patterns that have led to the formation of trauma bonds. This involves a deep exploration of the unconscious motives and beliefs that have shaped their interactions with others, shedding light on the ways in which past experiences have influenced their perceptions of love and connection. By bringing these shadow aspects into consciousness, the empaths can begin to transform them, freeing themselves from the cycle of projection and enmeshment. In this transformative process, the role of dreams cannot be overstated. Dreams serve as a mirror to the soul, reflecting the inner workings of the psyche in symbolic form. For the empaths, paying attention to their dreams can provide invaluable insights into the underlying dynamics of their relationships, revealing the hidden fears and desires that drive their emotional connections. By engaging with these dream symbols, the empaths can gain a deeper understanding of their own needs and motivations, guiding them toward healthier, more authentic relationships. Consider, for instance, the dream of a mirror, a powerful symbol of self-reflection and introspection. In the context of the empath's journey, this dream might represent the need to look within, to confront the truths that have been obscured by the projections of the trauma bond. It is an invitation to see oneself clearly, to recognize the patterns that have been repeated, and to take responsibility for one's own healing. As the empath progresses on their journey, they may encounter various archetypes that represent different aspects of the self. These archetypes, such as the wise old man or woman, the trickster, or the divine child, serve as guides and allies in the quest for self-discovery. They offer wisdom and insight, helping the empath navigate the complexities of their inner world and the relationships they form with others. The archetype of the wise old man or woman, for example, embodies the qualities of wisdom, insight, and guidance. This figure may appear in dreams or meditations, offering counsel and support as the empath seeks to understand the true nature of their emotional connections. By engaging with this archetype, the empath can access a deeper level of understanding, gaining clarity on the patterns that have shaped their relationships and the steps needed to break free from the trauma bond. Another important archetype is the trickster, a figure that embodies change and transformation. The trickster challenges the status quo, disrupting established patterns and inviting the empath to question their assumptions and beliefs. This archetype can be both unsettling and liberating, offering the opportunity to break free from old patterns and embrace new ways of being. Through this engagement with archetypes, the empath can begin to see their relationships in a new light. They can recognize the ways in which they have been drawn into dynamics that do not serve their highest good, and they can begin to take steps toward creating relationships that are rooted in authenticity and mutual respect. Ultimately, the journey of the empath is one of empowerment. It is about reclaiming one's own power and autonomy, recognizing that true love is not about losing oneself in another, but about standing strong in one's own truth and allowing others to do the same. It is about breaking free from the chains of past traumas and creating a new narrative that honors the fullness of the self. As we draw our exploration to a close, let us hold in our hearts the understanding that the path of the empath is a sacred journey, one that requires courage, self-reflection, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. It is a journey that offers the promise of transformation, of breaking free from the patterns of the past and stepping into a new way of being that is grounded in love. authenticity and connection, may we each find the courage to embark on this journey, to confront our own shadows, and to discover the true essence of love within ourselves and in our relationships with others. As we continue this exploration into the heart of the empath's journey, let us delve further into the rich terrain of the unconscious, where the seeds of our emotional experiences are sown. It is within this fertile ground that we find the origins of our patterns, the roots of our connections, and the possibilities for profound transformation. The empath, standing at the crossroads of feeling and understanding, is uniquely positioned to navigate this landscape. With both sensitivity and insight, the empath's ability to resonate with the emotions of others is akin to the delicate strings of a finely tuned instrument, vibrating in harmony with the surrounding environment. Yet, this sensitivity can also open the door to the overwhelming cacophony of emotional experiences, making it challenging to discern one's own melody amidst the symphony of others. It is here that the practice of discernment becomes vital, allowing the empath to differentiate between the emotions that are truly theirs and those that belong to others. This discernment is not merely an intellectual exercise, but a deeply embodied process requiring the empath to tune into their own inner wisdom and intuition. By cultivating a practice of mindfulness and presence, the empath can begin to develop a stronger connection to their own inner voice, learning to trust their instincts and honor their own emotional boundaries. This is a key step in breaking free from the trauma bonds that may have entangled them, allowing them to step into a space of greater autonomy and self-awareness. In this journey toward greater self-awareness, the role of the body cannot be overlooked. The body is the vessel through which we experience the world, the physical manifestation of our inner emotional landscape. For the empath, learning to listen to the signals and messages of the body is an essential part of the healing process. The body holds the memories of past experiences, the echoes of unresolved emotions that can manifest as tension, discomfort, or even illness. Through practices such as somatic therapy, yoga, or mindful movement, the empath can begin to release the stored energy of past traumas, creating space for new experiences and ways of being. This process of embodiment allows the empath to ground themselves in the present moment, fostering a sense of safety and stability that is crucial for emotional healing. As the empath becomes more attuned to their own body and emotions, they can begin to recognize the patterns that have shaped their relationships. These patterns often originate from early childhood experiences, where the foundational templates for love and connection are formed. By exploring these early influences, the empath can gain insight into the unconscious beliefs and assumptions that may have contributed to the formation of trauma bonds. This exploration may involve revisiting memories and emotions that have been long buried, bringing them into the light of conscious awareness. It is a process that requires both courage and compassion. As the empath confronts the pain and vulnerability that may have been hidden beneath layers of protection, yet it is through this courageous act of self-exploration that true healing can occur. As the empath begins to rewrite the narrative of their own story, creating a new path that is aligned with their authentic self, In this process of self-discovery, the empath may encounter the archetype of the inner child, a powerful symbol of innocence, wonder, and vulnerability. The inner child represents the core of our emotional being, the part of us that holds the purest expression of our needs and desires. For the empath, connecting with the inner child can be a transformative experience, offering the opportunity to heal the wounds of the past and reclaim the joy and spontaneity that may have been lost along the way. By nurturing the inner child, the empath can begin to cultivate a sense of self-love and acceptance, recognizing their inherent worth and value. This self-love becomes the foundation for healthier relationships as the empath learns to honor their own needs and boundaries, creating connections that are rooted in mutual respect and understanding. As the empath continues on their journey of healing and transformation, they may also encounter the archetype of the sovereign, a symbol of personal power and authority. The sovereign embodies the qualities of leadership, autonomy, and self-mastery, representing the ability to stand strong in one's own truth and make choices that are aligned with one's highest good. By embracing the energy of the sovereign, the empath can step into their own power, shedding the roles of victim or martyr that may have been adopted in the past. This empowerment allows the empath to create a life that is guided by their own values and desires, free from the limitations of past traumas and external expectations. In this space of empowerment, the empath can begin to cultivate relationships that are truly reciprocal, where both partners are seen and valued for who they are. These relationships are not based on the illusion of completion through another, but on the recognition of each person's unique individuality and the shared journey of growth and discovery. As we draw this exploration to a close, let us hold in our hearts the understanding that the journey of the empath is one of profound transformation and liberation. It is a journey that invites us to confront our shadows, to embrace our wholeness, and to discover the true essence of love that resides within us. May we each find the courage to embark on this journey, to heal the wounds of the past, and to create a future that is guided by love, authenticity, and connection. As we continue to explore the empath's journey of transformation and healing, let us delve deeper into the universal themes that underpin this path. It is a journey marked by the quest for integration, the weaving together of the many threads of the self into a cohesive whole. This integration is not merely a personal endeavor, but a reflection of the collective unconscious, where the archetypes and stories of humanity reside, waiting to be discovered and understood. The empath's ability to perceive the emotions and energies of others is a gift that connects them to the wider tapestry of human experience. It is a gift that allows them to tap into the collective unconscious, to sense the undercurrents of emotion and meaning that flow through our shared existence. Yet, this sensitivity can also be a source of confusion and overwhelm, as the empath navigates the complex interplay of personal and collective energies. In this journey toward integration, the empath is called to engage in a dialogue with the many parts of themselves, to listen to the voices of their inner world, and to honor the wisdom that each part holds. This dialogue is a process of active imagination, a technique that I have championed as a way of accessing the deeper layers of the psyche and facilitating communication with the unconscious. Through active imagination, the empaths can enter into a conversation with the archetypes and symbols that populate their inner landscape. They can ask questions, seek guidance, and explore the meanings and messages that these inner figures have to offer. This process is akin to a waking dream, where the boundaries between the conscious and unconscious blur, allowing for a deeper engagement with the self. As the empath engages in this inner dialogue, they may encounter the archetype of the mentor or guide, a figure that represents wisdom, support, and encouragement. This guide may appear in various forms, perhaps as a wise elder, a spiritual teacher, or even an animal companion. The mentor offers insight and perspective, helping the empath navigate the challenges and opportunities of their journey. In this interaction, the empath learns to trust their own inner guidance, to recognize that the answers they seek are already within them, waiting to be uncovered. The mentor serves as a mirror, reflecting the empath's own wisdom and potential, encouraging them to step into their power and embrace their unique gifts. Another important aspect of this journey is the exploration of the anima and animus, the feminine and masculine aspects of the psyche that reside within each of us. These inner figures represent the complementary forces of yin and yang, the balance of receptivity and assertiveness, intuition and logic. For the empath, integrating these aspects is crucial in achieving a sense of wholeness and balance. The process of integrating the anima and animus involves recognizing and embracing the qualities that each represents, allowing them to coexist in harmony within the self. This integration is not about erasing the distinctions between the feminine and masculine, but about honoring the strengths and contributions of each, creating a dynamic interplay that enhances the empath's sense of self. As the empath works to integrate these aspects, they may find themselves drawn to creative expressions that allow for the exploration of these dualities. Artistic endeavors such as painting, writing, or music offer a powerful outlet for the empath to express and explore the complexities of their inner world, providing a space for healing and transformation. In this creative process, the empath can tap into the wellspring of inspiration that flows from the collective unconscious, accessing the archetypal symbols and themes that resonate with their own journey. This artistic expression becomes a form of alchemy, transforming the raw materials of emotion and experience into something new and meaningful. Through this process of integration and creativity, the empath begins to develop a deeper understanding of themselves and their place in the world. They come to recognize that their sensitivity is not a weakness, but a strength that allows them to connect with others on a profound level, to offer compassion and empathy in a world that so often lacks these qualities. In this recognition, the empath finds a sense of purpose and meaning, a calling to use their gifts in service of the greater good. This calling may manifest in various ways, whether through healing work, advocacy, or creative expression. Whatever form it takes, it is guided by the empath's deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all beings and the power of love and compassion to heal and transform. As the empath embraces their calling, they also become a catalyst for change, inspiring others to embark on their own journeys of healing and self-discovery. Through their example, they demonstrate the power of vulnerability and authenticity, showing that it is possible to live a life that is guided by love and truth. As we conclude this exploration, let us hold in our hearts the understanding that the journey of the empath is one of profound transformation and empowerment. It is a journey that invites us to confront our shadows, to embrace our wholeness, and to discover the true essence of love and connection. May we each find the courage to embark on this journey, to heal the wounds of the past, and to create a future that is guided by love, authenticity, and compassion. As we delve further into the empath's transformative journey, let us ponder the notion of individuation, a cornerstone of psychological development and self-realization. Individuation is the process by which an individual integrates the various aspects of their personality, both conscious and unconscious, into a harmonious and coherent whole. For the empath, this process is not merely an intellectual exercise, but a deeply emotional and spiritual undertaking, one that calls them to reconcile the myriad voices and influences that shape their inner world. The empath's path to individuation often begins with a confrontation with the shadow, the repository of all that has been repressed or denied within the self. The shadow is not inherently negative. Rather, it is comprised of those parts of ourselves that we have yet to acknowledge or accept. In the empath's case, the shadow may hold the keys to understanding the patterns of emotional entanglement and trauma bonds that have characterized their relationships. To engage with the shadow requires courage and honesty, as the empath must be willing to face the aspects of themselves that they find uncomfortable or frightening. This process can be likened to a journey into the underworld, a descent into the depths of the psyche where the shadows reside. It is a journey fraught with challenges and revelations, yet it is through this descent that the empath can begin the work of integration, bringing the shadow into the light of consciousness. As the empath engages with their shadow, they may find themselves revisiting past experiences and emotions that have been buried or forgotten. This process of excavation can be both painful and illuminating, as it reveals the roots of the trauma bonds that have shaped their relationships. By bringing these hidden aspects into awareness, the empath can begin to understand the motivations and fears that have driven their behavior, paving the way for healing and transformation. In this work of integration, the empath is supported by the archetypes that inhabit their inner world. These universal symbols and motifs offer guidance and insight, providing a framework for understanding the complex interplay of forces that shape the psyche. The archetype of the hero, for example, represents the part of ourselves that is courageous and determined, willing to confront the challenges of the journey and emerge victorious. The hero's journey is a powerful metaphor for the empath's path, as it speaks to the universal quest for self-discovery and wholeness. This journey is marked by trials and tribulations, encounters with the shadow, and ultimately to return to the world with newfound wisdom and insight. For the empath, embracing the archetype of the hero is about recognizing their own strength and resilience, trusting that they have the capacity to navigate the challenges of their journey and emerge transformed. Another archetype that may emerge in the empath's journey is that of the healer, a figure that embodies the qualities of compassion, empathy, and wisdom. The healer archetype is a powerful ally for the empaths, as it speaks to their innate ability to understand and support others in their own journeys of healing. However, the empath must also be mindful of the shadow side of the healer, which can manifest as a tendency to prioritize the needs of others over their own, leading to burnout and depletion. By integrating the healer archetype, the empath can learn to balance their compassion for others with self-care and boundaries, recognizing that true healing begins within. This balance allows the empath to offer their gifts in a sustainable and authentic way, honoring their own needs while also supporting others in their journey. As the empath continues on their path of individuation, they are called to embrace the full spectrum of their emotions and experiences, recognizing that each aspect of themselves holds value and meaning. This embrace is not about achieving perfection, but about accepting the complexity and richness of the human experience with all its joys and sorrows, strengths and vulnerabilities. Through this acceptance, the empath can begin to cultivate a sense of inner peace and harmony, trusting in the unfolding of their journey and the wisdom of their inner guidance. This trust allows the empath to release the need for external validation or approval, recognizing that their worth is inherent and not dependent on the opinions or expectations of others. In this space of self-acceptance, the empath can also begin to reframe their understanding of love and connection. They come to see that true love is not about losing oneself in another, but about celebrating the unique individuality of each person and the shared journey of growth and discovery. This reframing allows the empath to create relationships that are rooted in authenticity and mutual respect, free from the patterns of trauma and enmeshment. As we conclude this exploration of the empath's journey, let us hold in our hearts the understanding that individuation is a lifelong process, a continuous unfolding of the self in all its complexity and beauty. It is a journey that invites us to confront our shadows, embrace our wholeness, and discover the true essence of love and connection within ourselves and in our relationships with others. May we each find the courage to embark on this journey, to heal the wounds of the past, and to create a future that is guided by love, authenticity, and compassion. As we journey further into the empath's process of self-discovery and healing, let us turn our attention to the concept of synchronicity, a term I coined to describe meaningful coincidences that seem to defy the ordinary laws of causality. For the empath, whose sensitivity to the unseen currents of the world is finely tuned, synchronicity can serve as a profound guide, illuminating the path forward with moments of revelation and insight. Synchronicities are those moments when the inner world of thoughts and feelings aligns with the outer world of events, creating a sense of harmony and connection that transcends ordinary experience. These occurrences are reminders of the interconnectedness of all things, the invisible threads that bind us to the universe and to one another. For the empath, who often feels isolated in their depth of feeling, synchronicities offer reassurance and guidance. affirming the validity of their inner experiences and pointing the way toward growth and understanding. To recognize and embrace synchronicity, the empath must cultivate an openness to the mystery and magic of life, a willingness to see beyond the surface of things and to trust in the wisdom of the universe. This openness requires a suspension of disbelief, a shift from the logical and analytical mind to the intuitive and imaginative realm of the unconscious. It is here, in the fertile ground of the unconscious, that the seeds of synchronicity are planted, waiting to bloom into awareness when the time is right. In the empath's journey, synchronicities often manifest as encounters with people, symbols, or situations that reflect their inner state or offer insight into their current challenges. These encounters may appear as chance meetings with individuals who provide guidance or support, unexpected opportunities that align with the empath's desires, or symbols in the environment that resonate with their inner world. Each synchronicity is an invitation to pause and reflect, to consider the deeper meaning and potential message it holds. For example, an empath struggling with feelings of self-worth may encounter a stranger who offers a compliment or a piece of encouragement at just the right moment, serving as a mirror to reflect their own inherent value. Or they may come across a book or piece of art that speaks directly to their current emotional state, offering insight and comfort. In these moments, the empath is reminded of their connection to the larger tapestry of life. The unseen forces that weave their experiences into a cohesive whole. Embracing synchronicity also involves a willingness to let go of the need for control and certainty, to trust in the unfolding of life and the wisdom of the unconscious. This trust is cultivated through practices that nurture the empath's connection to their inner world, such as meditation, journaling, or creative expression. By creating space for reflection and introspection, the empath can deepen their awareness of the subtle cues and messages that the universe offers, allowing them to navigate their journey with greater clarity and purpose. As the empath learns to recognize and embrace synchronicity, they may also develop a deeper appreciation for the role of intuition in their lives. Intuition is the quiet voice of the soul, the inner knowing that arises from the depths of the unconscious and guides us toward our true path. For the empath, intuition is a powerful ally, offering guidance and insight that transcends the limitations of rational thought. To cultivate intuition, the empath must learn to listen to the whispers of their inner voice, to trust the feelings and impressions that arise from within. This trust is not blind faith, but a deep attunement to the wisdom of the body and the unconscious, a recognition that the answers we seek are often already within us, waiting to be discovered. In this journey of self-discovery, the empath may also encounter the archetype of the seer or oracle, a figure that embodies the qualities of insight, foresight, and wisdom. The seer represents the part of ourselves that is attuned to the unseen realms, capable of perceiving the deeper truths that lie beneath the surface of ordinary experience. By embracing this archetype, the empath can access their own intuitive wisdom, gaining clarity and understanding of their path and purpose. As the empath integrates the insights and guidance offered by synchronicity and intuition, they begin to see their journey as part of a larger narrative story that is woven into the fabric of the universe. This narrative is not predetermined, but a co-creation between the self and the world, shaped by the choices and actions of the empath as they navigate their path, in recognizing their role as co-creators of their own story. The empath is empowered to take an active role in shaping their destiny, to align their actions with their values and aspirations. This empowerment is not about exerting control over the external world, but about cultivating a sense of agency and responsibility for one's own life and choices. As we draw this exploration to a close, let us hold in our hearts the understanding that the empath's journey is one of profound connection and transformation. It is a journey that invites us to embrace the mystery and magic of life, to trust in the wisdom of the universe, and to discover the true essence of love and connection within ourselves and in our relationships with others. May we each find the courage to embrace this journey, to listen to the whispers of our intuition, and to create a life that is guided by love, authenticity, and purpose. As we continue our exploration of the empath's journey, let us delve into the realm of transformation, where the alchemy of the soul unfolds. The empath's path is one of continuous metamorphosis, where the raw materials of experience and emotion are transmuted into wisdom and self-awareness. This transformative process is akin to the ancient practice of alchemy, where base metals are refined into gold, symbolizing the elevation of the spirit from the mundane to the divine. In this alchemical journey, the empath is both the alchemist and the crucible, the one who initiates change and the vessel in which transformation occurs. This dual role requires a deep commitment to the process of self-discovery, a willingness to engage with the full spectrum of one's emotions and experiences, and an openness to the mysteries of the unconscious. The empath's sensitivity to the emotional currents of the world is a gift that allows them to perceive the subtle energies that flow through the tapestry of life. Yet, this sensitivity can also become a burden if not balanced with grounding and self-care. To navigate the complexities of transformation, the empaths must cultivate practices that anchor them in the present moment, providing stability amidst the shifting tides of emotion. One such practice is the cultivation of presence, the art of being fully engaged with the here and now. Presence is not simply about mindfulness, but about embodying a state of awareness that encompasses both the inner and outer worlds. For the empath, presence is a sanctuary, a space where they can connect with their own inner wisdom and discern the truth of their experiences. In this state of presence, the empath can engage with the archetype of the phoenix, a powerful symbol of rebirth and renewal. The phoenix, with its ability to rise from the ashes of its own destruction, embodies the essence of transformation and the promise of new beginnings. By embracing this archetype, the empath can find the courage to release what no longer serves them, trusting in their ability to emerge anew from the challenges they face. The process of transformation is not linear but cyclical, reflecting the natural rhythms of life and the continuous unfolding of the self. For the empath, This cycle may involve periods of introspection and retreat, followed by phases of growth and expansion. It is a dance between the inner and outer worlds, a rhythm that echoes the ebb and flow of the tides and the changing seasons. As the empath engages with this cycle, they may encounter the shadow once more, revealing layers of the self that have yet to be integrated. Each encounter with a shadow is an opportunity for deeper understanding and healing, a chance to reclaim the parts of the self that have been hidden or disowned. By embracing the shadow, the empath can access the full spectrum of their being, transforming fear into courage and pain into wisdom. In this dance of transformation, the empath is supported by the archetype of the magician, a figure that represents the power of intention and the ability to manifest change. The magician embodies the qualities of creativity, imagination, and mastery, offering the empath the tools to shape their reality and align their actions with their highest aspirations. By embracing the energy of the magician, the empath can harness the power of their thoughts and emotions, channeling them into purposeful action. This empowerment allows the empath to take an active role in their own transformation, recognizing that they are both the creator and the creation, the artist and the masterpiece. As the empath continues to evolve, they may also encounter the archetype of the lover, a symbol of connection, passion, and unity. The lover represents the heart's desire for intimacy and the longing for union with the divine. For the empath, embracing the lover archetype is about cultivating a deep and abiding love for oneself and for the world, recognizing that true connection begins within. In this space of love and connection, the empath can transcend the limitations of the ego, opening themselves to the boundless possibilities of the heart. This transcendence is not about escaping the realities of life, but about engaging with them from a place of compassion and understanding, recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings and the shared journey of transformation. As we conclude this exploration of the empath's journey, let us hold in our hearts the understanding that transformation is a sacred and ongoing process, a dance of becoming that invites us to embrace the full spectrum of our humanity. It is a journey that calls us to engage with the mystery and magic of life, to trust in our own resilience and creativity, and to discover the true essence of love and connection within ourselves and in our relationships with others. May we each find the courage to embrace this journey, to honor the cycles of transformation, and to create a life that is guided by love, authenticity, and purpose. As we delve deeper into the empath's transformative journey, let us turn our attention to the concept of the inner sanctuary, a sacred space within, where the empath can retreat and find solace amidst the swirling energies of the world. This inner sanctuary is not a physical place, but a state of being, a refuge where the empath can connect with their true essence and cultivate a sense of peace and clarity. The creation of an inner sanctuary is an essential practice for the empath, providing a foundation for resilience and self-care. In this sanctuary, the empath can engage in practices that nurture their spirit and restore their energy, such as meditation, visualization, or contemplative prayer. These practices allow the empath to anchor themselves in the present moment, fostering a sense of calm and centeredness that is crucial for navigating the challenges of their journey within the inner sanctuary. The empath can also engage in dialogue with the archetype of the sage, a figure that embodies wisdom, discernment, and inner knowing. The sage represents the part of ourselves that is attuned to the deeper truths of existence, capable of seeing beyond the illusions of the material world to the essence of what is real and enduring. By cultivating a relationship with the sage, the empath can access a wellspring of insight and guidance, supporting them in their journey of self-discovery and transformation. As the empath nurtures their inner sanctuary, they may also explore the practice of creative expression, a powerful tool for accessing the unconscious and giving voice to the soul's deepest longings. Whether through art, music, writing, or dance, creative expression allows the empath to tap into the rich tapestry of their inner world, bringing to light the emotions and experiences that may have been hidden or suppressed. In this creative process, the empath can engage with the archetype of the artist, a figure that embodies the qualities of inspiration, imagination, and innovation. The artist represents the part of ourselves that is capable of seeing the world through fresh eyes, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary, and finding beauty and meaning in even the most mundane aspects of life. By embracing the artist within, the empath can discover new ways of expressing their unique gifts and sharing their vision with the world. The empath's creative endeavors are not merely an outlet for self-expression, but a form of alchemy, where the raw materials of emotion and experience are transformed into something new and meaningful. This alchemical process is a reflection of the empath's journey of transformation, where the challenges and trials of the past are transmuted into wisdom and understanding, paving the way for new growth and possibilities. As the empath continues to explore their inner sanctuary and creative expression, they may also encounter the archetype of the visionary, a figure that embodies the qualities of foresight, innovation, and the ability to see beyond the present moment to the potential of what could be. The visionary represents the part of ourselves that is capable of dreaming big, of imagining a future that is not limited by the constraints of the past or the expectations of others. By embracing the visionary within, the empaths can begin to shape their own destiny, aligning their actions with their highest aspirations, and creating a life that is in harmony with their values and desires. This empowerment allows the empath to step into their role as a co-creator of their reality, recognizing that they have the power to influence the course of their journey and the impact they have on the world. In this space of empowerment and possibility, the empath can also cultivate a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the journey itself, recognizing that each experience, whether joyful or challenging, contributes to their growth and evolution. This gratitude is not about denying the difficulties or pain that may arise, but about acknowledging the gifts and lessons that each moment offers, allowing the empath to approach their journey with a sense of curiosity and wonder. As we conclude this exploration of the empath's journey, let us hold in our hearts the understanding that the path of transformation is a sacred and ongoing process. A dance of becoming that invites us to embrace the full spectrum of our humanity. It is a journey that calls us to engage with the mystery and magic of life, to trust in our own resilience and creativity, and to discover the true essence of love and connection within ourselves and in our relationships with others. May we each find the courage to embrace this journey, to honor the cycles of transformation, and to create a life that is guided by love, authenticity, and purpose. As we continue to journey through the empath's transformative path, let us turn our gaze towards the horizon of potentiality, where the seeds of future growth and realization are sown. In this realm of potential, the empath is invited to explore the expansiveness of their own being, to tap into the vast reservoir of possibilities that reside within the depths of the psyche. In this exploration, the empath is called to embrace the archetype of the explorer, a figure that embodies curiosity, courage, and the desire to venture beyond the known boundaries of experience. The explorer represents the part of ourselves that is willing to take risks, to step into the unknown with an open heart and a spirit of adventure. By aligning with the energy of the explorer, the empath can expand their horizons, discovering new facets of themselves and the world around them. This journey of exploration is not limited to the external world, but extends to the inner landscape of the self. It is a journey that invites the empath to question their assumptions and beliefs, to delve into the uncharted territories of their own consciousness, and to uncover the hidden treasures that lie beneath the surface. In this process of self-discovery, the empath can begin to dismantle the limitations and barriers that may have been imposed by past experiences or societal expectations, allowing their true essence to shine forth. As the empath embraces the explorer within, they may also engage with the archetype of the innovator, a figure that embodies creativity, originality, and the ability to envision new possibilities. The innovator represents the part of ourselves that is capable of reimagining the world, of seeing beyond the status quo to the potential for transformation and change. By harnessing the energy of the innovator, the empath can become a catalyst for change, inspiring others to join them in the quest for a more authentic and fulfilling existence. In this space of exploration and innovation, the empath is also invited to cultivate the qualities of resilience and adaptability, recognizing that the journey of transformation is often unpredictable and filled with unexpected twists and turns. These qualities are essential for navigating the challenges and opportunities that arise along the path, allowing the empath to remain grounded and centered amidst the ebb and flow of life. To cultivate resilience, the empath can draw upon the archetype of the warrior, a figure that embodies strength, determination, and the ability to persevere in the face of adversity. The warrior is not a figure of aggression or conflict, but a symbol of inner strength and courage, representing the part of ourselves that is capable of standing firm in our truth and pursuing our goals with unwavering commitment. By embracing the warrior within, the empath can overcome the obstacles that may arise on their journey, trusting in their own capacity to navigate the challenges of transformation as the empath continues to explore their potential and embrace the qualities of the explorer, innovator, and warrior. They are also called to cultivate a sense of interconnectedness and community. This interconnectedness is a reflection of the empath's deep understanding of the unity of all beings. The recognition that we are all part of a larger whole, woven together in the tapestry of existence. In this space of interconnectedness, the empath can engage with the archetype of the networker, a figure that embodies the qualities of connection, collaboration, and the ability to bring people together for a common purpose. The networker represents the part of ourselves that is capable of building bridges, of fostering relationships and alliances that support the greater good by embracing the networker within. The empath can cultivate a sense of community and belonging, creating a supportive environment that nurtures growth and transformation for all. As we draw this exploration of the empath's journey to a close, let us hold in our hearts the understanding that the path of transformation is a sacred and ongoing process, a dance of becoming that invites us to embrace the full spectrum of our humanity. It is a journey that calls us to engage with the mystery and magic of life, to trust in our own resilience and creativity, and to discover the true essence of love and connection within ourselves and in our relationships with others. May we each find the courage to embrace this journey, to honor the cycles of transformation, and to create a life that is guided by love, authenticity, and purpose,